be covering strings, and on strings we will be covering some of the built-in function on strings. So the first function we need to cover in this tutorial is capitalize. What is the function of capitalize? The capitalize is used to capitalize the first letter of whatever string you type in. Let's suppose that I have a string named Umer Khan. That is all in small letters. So what I need to do is that I need to type in y equals to x dot capitalize. Capitalize. So that's it. We need to just print it out now. Print out y and just run it, and we have this u in capital case now because it capitalizes only the first letter of a string. So good enough. The next one is casefold. The casefold is used to convert the entire string into lower cases. Let me show you. For example, if we have let me just remove it. We have a string named Umer Khan that is all in capitals. Then what we need to do for casefold is that we need to type in y equals to x dot casefold, and we need to just print out this y. So if I just run it now, you can see that this Umer is entirely in lower cases, which was first passed in as uppercase. So good enough. The next one is count. The count is going to count the number of times a string occur in a sentence. We have to specify that string in the round braces. So for example, we have this string over here, and we want to know that how many times this a occurs in this string. So I will just type in x dot count, and I'm going to specify a over here. So if I just run it now, it says 2 since this is the first a and this is the second a that occurs in this string x, and it's just going to be printed out on the console screen. So the next one is encode. Encode is going to return an encoded version of the string, which is I think not supported by PyCharm. Let me just try it. I just type in encode over here, just remove it, run this program. It says B, and this is encoded. I think this is just in quotation marks and this B added over here. Don't know what was actually the purpose of this, but this is set to be encoded in Python. So let's move ahead. The next one is endswitch. It returns true if the string ends with the specified value, else it's going to return a false. So let me just try it. For example, we have a string named I am feeling good. So what I want to do with endswitch is that I'm going to type in y equals to x dot endswitch, and I want to check if it's end with good or not, and I'm going to print out this y. And it says true. Since this y has now true, since this statement is true because the above statement x ends with a good, and this y is going to be printed. For example, if I type in something else over here, for example, if I type in m, which is a part of this sentence, but it's not ending with this word. So if I just print it out, it now says false. So now to the next one. The next one is find. The find is going to search for the string for the specified value and returns the position where this value was found. For example, if I have this very string over here that I am feeling good, and I want to find out the position of let's say f. I want to specify the position of f. If I run this, It says 5 since this is the first location. This empty space again is the second location. This A is the third. This is the fourth. And this is the fifth location. And after fifth location, this string F has occurred. So the answer is 5. So the next one now. The next one is alpha. Isalpha is going to return a true if all the characters in the strings are alphabet. And the next one is isalphanum. Isalphanum stands for is alphanumeric, and it returns true if all the characters in a string are alphanumeric values. You can try one of them. So you can see that this contain alphabets only. So if I just type in is alpha, just remove these arguments over here, just run it. It's going to say false. Reason because we have added spaces over here. If I just remove these spaces, now run it says true because it's now, and it's only contain alphabets, because in the first case we were having spaces which are not included in alphabets category, so it was giving us false. But when I remove the spaces, it's now saying that it's true because it's now containing only alphabets in it. So is alphanumeric works this very same way. Just type in num at the end and type out some alphanumeric value, and it's going to return true or false if you have typed incorrectly alphanumeric values. So the next one is join. The join is used to join the specific, but first let me tell you, in the above one, in the is alpha and is alphanumeric, there are many others you can try out. For example, you have typed in some number and you want to check its type. You can use the function is decimal to check if it is a decimal, is digit to check if it is a digit, is identity function, is numerical value, is printable, is hour. You can apply all these functions to check what is the type of a number. So now to join. The join is going to join the specified string to each and every letter of a string. Normally not useful. Let me show you how. So let me just show you. Alright, so if I want to say y equals to x dot join, and in here I type in, let me just first split it to some words. I'm feeling good, and I'm going to, let's start really. You're feeling good really. So let me just run it. So it says I am feeling good, then I am feeling good A, then I am good feeling good. Alright, so what I want to say is that it's going to join this R to this entire sentence first, then it's going to join this E to this entire sentence, then it's going to join A to this entire sentence, then L to this entire sentence, then again this L to this entire sentence, and then Y to this entire sentence. See here, first it has joined R to this entire sentence up till here, then E to this entire sentence. You can see this E over here, this E, and then this entire sentence, then A to this entire sentence, then this L to this entire sentence, then again this L to this entire sentence, and then Y. So I don't found any good reason that why this join is a part of the string built-in functions, but maybe it has some use. You may find out. So I will just move ahead. So the next one is partition. The partition will return a tuple where the string will be parted into 3 parts. So let me just show you. So we'll have this very string, and we will just use partition over here, and then I'm going to specify x over here. So if I just run it, you can see right over here that this is broken into 3 tuples. The first one is here, which is an empty space. The second one is this one, and the third one is this one. Let me just try some strings in it. Run it, and you can see that it's departed this I alone, and then M feeling good right here, and then this empty space over here. You can this means that you can partition this string into 3 parts the way you like. You can just put this I am in a separate one, this feeling in a separate one, and this good in a separate location. So hope it's clear. So moving to the next one. The next one is a replace. The replace is used to return a string where a specified value is replaced with a specified value. For example, if I just move on to my compiler, it says I'm feeling good. What if I am not feeling good and I want to change this good with a bad, that I'm feeling bad? So I will just use replace, and the replace is going to take in 2 arguments. The first one is going to be the arguments that is specified here. So the first argument is going to be good, and the second argument is going to be the value I want to replace it with. So it says bad, I'm feeling bad. So if I just run it, it says I am feeling bad. Good enough. So the next one is rfind. The rfind is going to return the position of the specified string where the string specified occurred the very first time. For example, let me just show you. So it says I am feeling good. Am I really feeling good? So this is a sentence that is having 2 I's and 2 goods and 2 feeling over here. So I want to find out. So I will type in rfind, and this rfind is going to take in 1 argument. For example, I want to see good. So if I just run it, it says 38. So if I start counting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. And this seems to be the 38th position. So the rfind is going to return the position where the string specified occurred the very first, but it's going to start counting from the opposite end, means that it's going to start from here. So that's why it's given as 38 and not, I think, 15 or 16. So moving ahead. So the next one is title. The title is going to convert the first character of each word to uppercase. Let me show you how. For example, you have to specify the title of something, then you can always see that the title first letter of everything is always in capital. So if I type in the adventures of Tom or whatever, so if I just remove it, replace this one with title and just run it, it says the adventures of Tom. It is capitalized the very first word of each letter because this is going to change it to the format of title. So the next one is upper. The upper is going to return a string that is going to be converted into uppercase. So let me just try it. So let me just run this very example, but just let me change it to upper. So if I just run it, the entire string has been converted into uppercase, you can see over here. So moving ahead to, I think, the last one. The last one is zfill. The zfill method adds zeros at the beginning of the string until it reaches the specified value. So the specified value is given, for example, let me just give you a simple example. For example, if I have just Omer over here, and I want to use this zfill, and this I want to fill this Omer to, let's say, 10 characters. So with this x.zfill. Alright, so if I just run it now, it says Umair and it has added 5 zeros because my name contained 5 letters, and then it has added 5 zeros to contain it in 10 characters space or whatever. It is going to take 10 spaces. It's going to start from 1 and add 10. So if I just type in ASDF here, this means that there are 9 characters now, and then run it. It says 0 and then Umair ASDF. So you can also change this value to whatever you want. So yes, one more thing, you can also do this to decimals and numbers. So for example, if I have a string named, let's say 10, if I have 10 over here, if I just run it now, alright, I want to specify a decimal because it doesn't work for strings. If I just run it now, I want to specify it in these things because this is a string, because there are string built-in functions, not anything else. If I just run it now, it says 0, 0, 0, 0, 10.00, and it's all occurred to strings. I was wrong there. So I just run it now, it says 0, 0, 0, and 10. It has quite 10 spaces. So yes, that's it. So these were some of the built-in functions with string. You can use them wisely in while using GUI. When we will be covering GUI in the future, you can also use them there. When, for example, you want to specify the title, you can convert it into uppercase, or while you want to make something to convert into entire uppercase, you can use the upper function for that, and whatever you want you can do this. For example, you have a CNIC field in GUI and you want that to be filled entirely, then you can specify the zfill, and you can then write in, if any of the entry is 0, then give an error that the number of CNIC letters are less than what is needed. So you can use them wisely in the future tutorials, and we will be using them in the future tutorials when we will be covering GUI or some other interesting stuff. So that's it with now. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.